Guys, I have something terrible to confess. I like reading your comments. Whenever I press the dreaded upload button, I get terrified of what kind of messed up shit y'all are about to say. And while some of those comments are just unhinged, most of them are exactly what I expected, unfortunately. But even if I interact with your comments every once in a while, I almost never press the reply buttons because that shit's just the wild, wild west. Like, I just pin a random dumb comment out of nowhere and then I suddenly cause World War III to start in the replies. And that made me curious to what kind of chaos I've caused in my own comments. So buckle up, cause it's about to get nasty. Now let's start with my most popular video where I talked about Twitter Blue and the infamous $8 checkmark. And somehow this has almost 5 million views. Well, alright, man. Anyways, I pinned this comment that I found pretty funny and expected others to laugh too. But there had to be those people that just ruined it. A couple replies down and someone said, actually he didn't install it, he bought the company. And little did he know that people would actually not get the joke. Like, damn, thanks for fact checking me, bro, I didn't know that. Aside from those are the obligatory r/whoosh people. Thank you for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. And arguably worse are the ones that get mad that they got clipped by a Redditor. It starts with City5000 nerd emojiing the comment with he bought Twitter, you installed it. Followed by 2 different people replying r/whoosh. It's a hard karma economy, guys, so give him some slack. But clearly, City didn't give him any slack by clapping back at both people, the latter of which was much more proud to whoosh an uncultured normie. Unfortunately, he was outnumbered 2 to 1 in people who are fine referencing a subreddit in a YouTube comment section. Obviously, you also can't have a funny comment without those who said not funny or stolen comment with some interesting usernames. And probably the worst replies of them all, the ones that took the comment way too seriously. Elon Musk bought Twitter for more than $1 billion while I get installed for free. This is the stupidest reply I've ever seen regarding this situation.
He paid that much to own it, not use it. I don't pay for Twitter because I have no reason to.
Oh, and one more thing. Right at the end of the video, I showed them the $1,000 price of the business checkmark with the PHP currency, which led to someone to reply if I'm from the Philippines. Guys, viewers of the whirow YouTube channel, mga kababayan, I have made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment because I have to admit that I am indeed a Filipino. Yep, the rumors are true. Now please stop investigating my penis for the safety of me and my penis. Also, like, it's right there in my bio. Like, it's not that deep, guys. Now, the next video was when I talked about Leafy being active on Twitter for like 2 weeks before being banned again because of some very interesting tweets. With one of them being the famous Mr. Beast creates trans people agenda, which got some trans people to comment, and uh-oh.
As a trans person, I can agree that I have been created by Mr. Beast in order to take over the world.
Gross. How true, my base brother. Let's be Sigmas and give some normal, most likely unproblematic people with lives, problems on the internet, because we are trans and totally not insecure.
Leave the kids alone. Alfred Kinsey and John Money, making the foundation on which this trans ideology is based on.
And not to mention the top comment talking about Opera GX's unseriousness since they were completely smoking him on Twitter. Seems pretty harmless, until someone replied, quote, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, cause that triggered a divide more visible than the Red Sea. I'm not gonna waste your time reading 200 comments. Some think the Opera GX account is funny and helps promote its decent browser, while others don't give a shit about its unoriginal marketing to sell its spyware. And honestly, both sides do have some truth on it. I tried the browser and it's fine, I guess. Many of its features are just gimmicks, like that RAM limiter, which really doesn't do much when the browser already uses so much RAM with all of its random features. But the side panels and the customization are cool, among other things. And I mean, if you're worried about privacy but you're using these guys, come on now. Oh, and fun fact for the OG viewers, I intentionally haven't made an Opera GX video since this video came out because I didn't want to promote a browser whose social media guy didn't like my video and left me on red. Now let's move on to a newer video about Jelly Bean and... Oh my god! Now, you wouldn't think a 4-worded comment making fun of the people in my video would garner 113 replies, but it's in these replies that cause Armageddon to happen. Now, before I continue this, I gotta give a viewer discretion because this comment was borderline dangerous. So if you're gonna get nightmares after this, I hold no responsibility for any trauma caused. And that's because right under the comment, someone replied with, quote, "Nah, the wouldn't ever get I'm sorry guys, I had to show it. Oh, and not to mention that I just pinned my upload schedule and the balls muncher pinged pack. God, oh no, please don't help me. Now here's a fucking bizarre one with, quote, "Bro made Dream say a slur," and it's exactly what the title says. Except I guess not, cause some people got mad that I called this word a slur. With one person even calling me colored. Like, what are you saying, kicks pregnant women? And yeah, this conflict was completely intentional cause I pinned one of them and it got the 77 replies. But I mean, his description says, quote, "If you're here, it's probs cause I pissed you off." So I guess I fell for the 2 out of 10 rage bait. At least the replies were entertaining. There was someone threatening to punk on him, someone adding him to their fan fiction, and someone implying that he commissioned some, quote, "hot furry gooner art." Like, you can't make this shit up. And this doesn't even include the argument that happened because people clowned on him for ironically censoring the word himself. Let's start with Braun saying, quote, "The Penguin Z0 effect." Some clever foreshadowing, followed by someone monkey saying, "Bro's too piss scared of moderation to actually stand by his shit take." Followed by mirroring himself defending himself, cause saying the actual word would get your comment hidden. A little further down, and Raider Guy tells him to say it, followed by him pinging him twice for some reason. Then the real Sans comes in for the cameo to clown him once again, and Mirroring actually says it with some accents to avoid moderation. Alright. And if that wasn't good enough, the real King Diddler the 6th comes in for another clowning. And Mirroring replies with, "You my little bro, yo mama tasted good last night, boy." You know, the more this dude replies, the less believable the rage bait is, cause it's been 4 months since the video was released and he was still fighting on the battlefield a fortnight ago. Time truly spent well under a video about Dream Minecraft. And for the record, I do censor the word out of respect for the people who do get offended by this word. But don't expect me to stop swearing, cause I ain't doing that shit. But you know what I am doing? Checking out probably my most controversial video for some reason. And that's when I made fun of Nuxtaku for like the 20th time now. But because this particular one made fun of his politics videos, this led me to one of the greatest comments I have ever received on this channel. Quote, "He's being base and unashamed. Suck it, liberals." Oh boy, here we go. So at first glance, this just looks like some simple rage bait that no one should care about. But because I pinned it and showed it to everyone, some people had to take the bait and make fun of him for this. But it turns out that K-Flex's comment wasn't rage bait because he instantly replied that he hated Nux for, quote, "no reason," even if I gave a reason to hate him in the original video. Someone asked in the chat, why do people hate Nux?
He's a right-wing parasocial grifter.
But in comes our main character of this saga, Oporto de Pedra, who gospels about Nux being a crusader against terrorist sympathizers on Twitch despite his cringy nature. Unfortunately, as the only 2 Nux supporters in this war, here comes the rest of the army. Suck it, liberals. You're so tough for this one, brochacho. Yeah, that lolly streamer Gooner is being based and unashamed. When I'm in a wasting my intelligence competition and my opponent is you. The army was so massive, in fact, that some random people even caught some strays. Nice bait, little mans. If you think Naksaku is smarter than a 4th grader, you shouldn't be able to have an opinion on Israel. The fuck did I say? One like. Even with the anti-Nux army kinda cannibalizing itself, the pro-Nux side wasn't doing itself any favors when one of them just results to making dangerously confident assumptions about culture wars, and when someone actually claps back at them, they just stick to hiding behind the other soldier's actual talking points. And would you look at that? Someone even pointed it out and he just stopped replying altogether. That just leaves one singular soldier against literally everyone else. Going back to Portal's reply, someone asked how he respected Nux for exposing people while titling a video, quote, Hassan Piker just caught at a Diddy party with pink underwear in the thumbnail. Wow. Obviously, it's the internet, so no one answers the question and he just sticks to K-Flex's culture war comment while doubling down Nux as a savior who he claims exposes these awful people. I guess I was wrong about him after all. But if you thought it wouldn't get crazier than that, Mr. CyberWeasel89 comes in and brings up siding with Rome against Spartacus. Perhaps the greatest reason to become a history nerd is to bring up analogies to strengthen your argument against other terminally online people. However, you wouldn't need any extensive knowledge to realize that putting a political pedestal on some random unserious VTuber probably isn't the best idea, even if you agree with what he says. I guess that's all it took to win the argument because Portal just boldly claims that he's completely right. Like, seriously, wow. Portal did make a few more replies and essays backing his point, even up to a few days ago, but that's the thing about comment sections. I'm just not bothered to read all of it. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of arguing with random internet people if most of them will just defend themselves no matter what? Even if I really wanted to show in my videos that Nux ain't worth watching, or a comment I found was funny, or sometimes just nothing at all, but the mere existence of something people don't agree with, chaos will just spark out of nowhere. Which is why I even made this video, cause oftentimes, the only winners here are the ones who press pin comment and just watch the chaos unfold.
What the hell?
2025 slurs. Trigger warning. Job, the J word. Work, the W word. License, the L word. Shower, the SH word. Application, the A word. Hygiene, the H word.